Hey, my fellow wrestling fans, what is going on? It is Hollywood Steve back with another episode of the Hollywood Steve Wrestling Podcast right here on YouTube. Before we dive into the news of the day, guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you guys are commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. So, we just got this, came across from Fightful Select on X. This is a quote from Roxanne Perez on Julia and Stephanie Vaquer joining the ranks of NXT. She says, "I'm very excited to have them come over here, for them to come over here. I'm so ready. I've seen a lot of amazing matches from both of them. I definitely think they're going to help elevate our division. Our division is already so stacked. I feel that I can honestly say we have the best women's division in the world. Getting two of the best women's wrestlers from around the world joining our division, it's going to be so good for us. Everybody needs to make sure they know I'm the NXT Women's Champion. Whoever comes, I'm so ready." Now, if you guys don't know, if you guys aren't familiar, Stephanie Vaquer was recently had a match with Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks in the WWE, but now she is going by Mercedes Moné. Her and Stephanie Vaquer had a amazing match. At the last AEW pay-per-view. They absolutely tore the house down. And so Stephanie Vaquer is now in the WWE. She a couple weeks ago made a week or so ago now, I believe it's been about a week. She made her WWE debut in New York, at a house show, and where she picked up the victory in Mexico City, where she's from, and then also Julia is on her way. Julia, as you guys know, Julia has signed. She hasn't. I don't think Julia has officially signed. I believe she has, but I know that she had dates that she had to finish up in New Japan and with Marigold, which is another women's wrestling, Japanese wrestling organization, just like Stardom. And I believe WWE is working with Marigold. I do believe. Yes, they are because Io Sky Io Sky went over there to have a match. Stephanie Vaquer is in the WWE. We're just waiting for her to make her NXT debut. At the same time, Julia, the former New Japan Women's New Japan Women's Champion, is on her way to WWE as well, and making her way to WWE. And I cannot wait to see those two. I watched Julia's last Marigold match. Oh my goodness. She can go. So NXT fans are in for, WWE fans are in for a treat. Okay. Moving on to the next story. We are now 48 hours away from SummerSlam taking place at Cleveland Brown Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, where it is rumored, and I am pretty sure. I'm going to go out. I am going to say that Roman Reigns is going to return at SummerSlam, because that is what everybody is saying. That is what is being reported, that Roman Reigns is going to make his return at SummerSlam. I don't know how he's going to. I don't know how he's going to return. I don't know how Triple H is going to do this. But here's my pitch. So Cody beats Solo. Cody beats Solo 1, 2, 3. Hits him with the 3 crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody gets the victory. Solo Sikoa is so mad, so ticked off that he came up short. And because he's the tribal chief, he felt that he should bring the WWE Men's World Heavyweight Championship back to the Bloodline where it belongs, right? Well, in the post-match, you have this huge post-match melee. You have the Bloodline beating down Cody. Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, Tangaloa, Solo, beating him down. And then you just hear, oh, you hear Roman's music hit. Roman comes running down the ramp, spears Solo, spears Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, spears Jacob Fatu. Solo gets up, and you have him and Roman staring each other off, and that's how you win SummerSlam. Now, you could do this other ways too. There's so many different ways, so many different angles that you could go. It's just it's mind blowing how many different angles that you could go with this. So you could have Roman run through the crowd in a black hoodie, run through the crowd, spear Solo, do a reveal, boom, pulls back the hoodie. It's Roman. You could do the return that way, or you could have Cody celebrating in the ring. Roman's music hits. Cody's like, "What the heck is going on?" I thought I was thinking. Cody thinking that Roman is going to go after him, because he knows him and Roman have unfinished history. Roman knows that Cody beat him, but Cody doesn't know that Roman is now a babyface. So you have Roman's music hit. Cody's like, what's going on? What's happening? Roman jumps in the ring, gets in front of Solo, and you just have a stare off. And then you can begin to build your next pay-per-view storyline. Your WrestleMania. You don't have to do the Bash in Berlin. You don't have to do the match. You don't have to do the solo match at Bash in Berlin. If you want to start building this, not even WrestleMania. If you want to start building the Survivor Series War Games match, you could even have that following week on SmackDown, Roman come out with Paul Heyman, joined by the returning Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. Right? Oh, lest I forget, Hikuleo. Where's Hikuleo going to fit into this? Because I personally, this is just one wrestling fan's opinion. This is just my opinion. I'm not dead set on Hikuleo joining the Bloodline. The Bloodline 2.0. I am not set in stone on saying that Hikuleo is going to join the Bloodline 2.0. That he's going to join Solo's Bloodline. I think that would, my personal feeling. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What you guys think, Hikuleo's role should be, because I believe he is signed with the WWE. But let me know in the comments below. But I personally, I know he's the adopted brother of Tama Tonga and Tangaloa. I get that. There's family ties there. I understand that. But Solo's already got his enforcer. Solo's already got his right-hand guy. Right? So Solo's already got his dudes. I say you have Hikuleo joining Roman, looking at his brothers going, what are y'all doing? Solo is the de facto tribal chief. He's not the real head of the family. He has not been anointed by Paul Heyman or by our late uncle Sika and our uncle Afa. He has not been appointed by them as the tribal chief. Roman has. What are you guys doing? And you have Cody. You have Cody in there. Then you have Zila Fatu, Umaga's son, and then you have Jimmy J. You have your 5: Roman, Cody, Jimmy J. Actually, Roman, Cody, Jimmy J, Hikuleo, Zila Fatu. So you have 6. Okay, but you only need 4. I believe it's 4. You only need 4 or 5 to do the War Games match. But again, you could progress the storyline. You could continue this Bloodline storyline with the additions of Hikuleo and the additions of Zila Fatu. On Roman's side, and or you could put Hikuleo with Solo. Whatever. There are so many different angles, so many different avenues, so many different booking options that you could do for this storyline, because it's just the bloodline, the Anoa'i family, the bloodline dynasty, the Anoa'i family is so deep. You could do so many different. You could go so many different ways with this. But back to SummerSlam. Though the way the two, again, like I was saying, the 2 ways you could have Roman. One, you could have Roman going through the crowd. for one. Spear solo. Do the hoodie reveal. Oh my gosh, it's Roman Reigns, you know. Or you have, again, post-match, Cody celebrating, Bloodline 2.0 beaten down, Cody just beating the ever-living daylights out of Cody. Beating him to a pulp. And you have Roman's music hit. And you have Roman come run down the ramp, come to Cody's rescue, boom, spear solo. Solo gets up. And you do the stare off. SummerSlam goes off the air. Do the little trademark in the right hand corner. Boom, there you go. There's your next progression of the Bloodline story. So again, there's just so many different ways you could go with this. But I mean, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Honestly, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What you guys think, how you guys would book Roman's return at SummerSlam. And speaking of SummerSlam, here, let's go over the SummerSlam card. Let's go over the SummerSlam card here. The matches for SummerSlam for this year, for Saturday at Cleveland Brown Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Home of Johnny Gargano, by the way. Home of the Miz. Home of Logan Paul. So, yeah, Sami Zayn, and I'll give you guys my predictions too on this as well, on these matches. So you have, first off, okay, so in order here, you have bear with me, guys. Okay. The Undisputed in order. Not necessarily maybe in order of how the match card's gonna go, you know, on the day of, but this is the match card that they have that's online here. So, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Okay, put a title on Braun Breaker. As much as I love Sami Zayn, I love Braun Breaker, and I just want to see Sami Zayn get absolutely murdered by Braun Breaker. I want to see him absolutely get destroyed by Braun Breaker, because honestly, it's not going to, with the credibility that Sami Zayn has in the locker room, the leadership that he has, the way he's, you know, been booked, a loss is not going to hurt him. He'll look strong in a loss. And so I say put the title on Braun Breaker. Put the title on Braun. And just let Braun run roughshod over that entire men's division. And then Sami just Sami could take a break for a little bit, take a break till he gets involved again with the Bloodline before Survivor Series War Games. Then next, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Okay, this one. This one, I will say that I'm a little torn on this one, guys, because Rhea Ripley coming back, Mommy returning. I want Rhea to win. I want just because she had to surrender the title, I want her to win so badly. But I think that Liv is going to walk away with the victory here. And Dominic's going to have to make a choice. Dominic's going to have to choose whether I feel that Dominic's going to have to choose Liv or Rhea. Now he's come out and said, Liv, I hate your guts. I can't stand you. You are the most annoying person on the face of the earth. I hate you. I can't stand you. I don't like you. I hate you. You know, last week on SmackDown. So, that being said, Liv has her Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, right? And I just feel that Rhea Ripley has been booked so strongly, because even when she was out, Rhea Ripley was still being talked about on the TV on Monday Night Raw. She was still being talked about. You know, you heard many times Damian Priest say, "Oh, when Rhea gets back, Dom, you are in big trouble." And just things like that. Now, the interesting one, okay? The interesting one here. The interesting one to me here is Finn. Okay? Because remember, he took the hotel key card, right? Other things, you know. Hey, Dom, don't worry about it. I've got it. I'll handle it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Somehow I think that Finn is going to play a role in this. But I don't believe that Finn and JD McDonough have their titles on the line at SummerSlam, or even on the pre-show. I don't think that they I don't think they have their titles on the line. But then again, I could be wrong. But all that to say, I think Liv retains here. I think that Liv has to retain, because just the way you've been booking this whole Liv Rhea Ripley saga, right? This whole Rhea Ripley Liv Morgan story. You know, I think that Liv has to get the win here. Liv has to get the victory. Liv has to. But Rhea will look strong in defeat. I mean, Rhea, because for one, like I said, Rhea has been booked so strongly here. Even after she lost the championship, they were still mentioning her name. They were still talking about her. When Rhea gets back, this will happen. When Rhea gets back, this. When Rhea gets back, that. So they were always talking about Rhea. So I feel that even Liv getting the victory here, Liv getting the win, Liv retaining, doesn't hurt Rhea at all. Doesn't hurt Rhea Ripley at all. It's the same thing with Sami Zayn. It's the whole Sami Zayn thing. I don't feel that a loss would hurt Sami Zayn. Just because the way that he's been booked, okay? The way he's been booked, with the whole bloodline storyline, the whole, all that, just how he's been elevated. And you could have him take a break. That way you could get time off till if you want to plug him into the bloodline story for Survivor Series War Games, you could do that too. But then comes Bash in Berlin. And please, for all that is wonderful and amazing and about the World Wrestling Entertainment, Triple H, please give me Sami Zayn versus Gunther at Bash in Berlin for the World Heavyweight Championship. Please. Okay. So back to the card here. So, okay, Bayley versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. I think Nia takes the victory here. Nia needs a title. As much as, because as dominantly as WWE has been booking her, she needs a championship. That woman needs a title. Put a title on Nia Jax. Let her have it for 6 months, whatever. And then you could have and Bayley could get the title again, and you could redo it at Bash in Berlin if you wanted to do that. If you wanted, revisit that. Revisit it. Because also you have Tiffany Stratton, right? who's Miss Money in the Bank, and who has paired herself with Nia. So, Tiffany's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. Tiffany's eyeing that title, that women's title. Does Tiffany swerve everybody and just totally screw Nia and cash in at the end of the match and beat Nia and win the title at SummerSlam? And then you start building a Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton feud? Possibly. But I think Nia needs the title. Nia needs to win the championship. As much as I love Bayley, as much as I love this version of Bayley, Nia needs to have the title put on her, because Nia Jax is so far overdue for a title. She has not held a title in WWE. So yeah, I think that Ms. Nia Jax is overdue. Okay, probably going to be one of my favorite matches at SummerSlam. LA Knight, yeah, versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship. Please, WWE booking, put that United States Championship on LA Knight. Please. That man needs that title. He should have had he should have had the title a year ago. Okay? They should have put the title on LA Knight a year ago. But that's okay, I digress. That's okay. you do it at SummerSlam. Put the title on LA Knight. He is so over with the crowd. He's so over with the WWE Universe. He needs a title. So I'm predicting that LA Knight is going to beat Logan Paul for the United States Championship in Logan Paul's hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. Now, and how could I forget, you have Seth freaking Rollins as the special guest referee for the match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. So much history. So much history here. So much history. Okay. So much history here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So much history between these three. Drew, obviously, you have Punk screwing Drew out of the title, and at Money in the Bank, so twice now. You have this story. You have twice now. You have Drew getting screwed out of the title by CM Punk, right? And out of his cash-in at WrestleMania. And then getting screwed out of the title. So there is so much history here. So many different ways. Again, this is a story. This is a story that you could go so many different ways. Because you have three guys who just absolutely hate each other, right? This is why I love wrestling. This is why I love wrestling, guys. Because you have three men who absolutely cannot stand to be around each other. But for the purposes of this match, they are being forced to be in the same ring together. They are being forced to get along. And I mean, and Seth, this last week on Raw, Seth came out and laid out his instructions. He said, he said, there might be disqualifications. I might allow that. I might choose to count to 3. I might not choose to count to 3. You'll tap out when I say you tap out, and just things like that. Just is why I love this story, because the story between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, they haven't even had a match yet. This is what is so beautiful about this story, is that they haven't even had a match yet, and they have invested. They have got me invested in this story between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I am so invested in this story that I want to see Punk get his pound of flesh. As much as I love Drew McIntyre, Drew is a great heel. I love CM Punk too. I want to see CM Punk absolutely destroy Drew McIntyre. And again, Punk come out on top. Punk gets inside Drew's head. Punk, it's like CM Punk, playing those mind games with Drew. Having Drew question his sanity. Having Drew question his, how am I supposed to beat this guy? He beats me every time. Mentally and in the ring. So how am I supposed to beat this guy? And then, of course, the wild card in the match, you have Seth Rollins, who doesn't like either of them. Now, does Seth side with Drew, though, and give Drew the win? This is an interesting dynamic here, because you have to ask yourself the question: is Seth going to be on Punk's side and give Punk the victory, or is Seth going to side with Drew and give Drew the victory because of his immense hatred for CM Punk, because he hates CM Punk more than he hates Drew? So it's an interesting dynamic. And then, so that, I think those are pretty much the matches. Guys, I like CM Punk in this match against Drew, just for the fact that you can continue to build on that story, and have Drew just absolutely lose his noodles, right? Absolutely lose his mind. That again, I got beat by CM Punk. Or you have Drew finally get his comeuppance, and have Seth screw CM Punk out of the match and give Drew the victory. And then you build a story. You can build a story between Seth and CM Punk. So, again, there are just so many different avenues that you could go with this. That you could go with these stories. It's just it's amazing to me. It's awesome. The way that WWE is booking their stories, because, I mean, your champions, you have them, aside from Cody Rhodes, okay? Aside from Cody Rhodes, you could have your champions lose and yet still be fine, still be okay. It won't hurt them. A loss won't hurt the credibility of their character because of the way they've been booked leading up to their match at SummerSlam, their matches at SummerSlam. The way the champions have been booked, and that's guys, I've said it and I say it again, I will continue to sing the praises of Triple H, Paul Levesque from the highest mountain, because this man knows how to book. Okay? He knows how to book long-term stories. And that is what we want, the long-term storylines. Now, I'm not saying that some of these champions have to hold the title till the next WrestleMania, but I will say I will caveat it with the exception of Cody Rhodes. Okay, the exception of Cody, of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody should definitely hold on to the title until the next WrestleMania. Give Cody a nice lengthy title run. Okay, that's another video for another day. But going into SummerSlam, this card is stacked from top to bottom. I am so excited to see what the outcomes of these matches are going to be at SummerSlam, and then the post Raw and post SmackDown SummerSlam of the SummerSlam, the fallout, what the fallout's going to be. on Raw and on SmackDown after SummerSlam. I'm excited. I'm excited. I am legitimately excited about this because this is just. I mean, oh my gosh! I love the WWE. I love the booking. Okay, I love the booking of WWE. So, guys, again, here's my predictions. Okay, Nia takes the win over Bayley. Braun Breaker takes the win over Sami Zayn. LA Knight takes the win over Logan Paul. Cody retains. Liv retains. CM Punk gets the win over Drew. Okay? Those are my predictions. Once you guys let me know your guys' predictions in the comments down below. Feel free to comment to your heart's content. Let me know your guys' predictions. But let's be nice in the comments too, guys, okay? But let me know your comments, what you guys think of SummerSlam, how you guys would book Roman's return at SummerSlam, because he is returning at SummerSlam. They have been building this to a SummerSlam return. So, let me know how you guys would book Roman Reigns' return at SummerSlam. And let me know your guys' predictions on all the matches at SummerSlam, who you guys think is going to come out on top. And how you think they're going to do it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. And remember, when you're Hollywood Steve, life is just too sweet.